I'll have to renew my membership soon, it's nearly running out. Okay, 210. Hopefully the race hasn't started. It hasn't, but it will do very short. Oh, it's just started now. How long's this race? 2 miles. It probably gives me enough time. Oh, I can't believe I just cancelled that. What a wally. Probably gives me enough time to get my bets in. Because it's in play, I've got a trigger in here, which basically means if the race has gone in play, then go to the next race. I've just changed that trigger now, so that it will place the bets in play. I'm only doing this because the race has just gone in play, and it's a 2 mile race, so the odds hopefully won't have drifted so much. Oh, this is my bot running now, by the way. As you can see, it's flicking between screens, and it's just placing the bets in now. The ones that have been staked at 1 pence are just the staking systems that are under banking barrier at the moment, so they just put 1B bet in there, and then in my bank barrier is worked out by the total level stakes, the total level staking profit. So if it's under my bank barrier at level stakes, then it's going to be 1p. If not, then it's going to be betting whatever staking plan I tell it to bet, whether that be a percentage, a liability stake, or the root stake, decimal, etc. And once the bet reference, when it makes a bet, it gets the bet reference, and then once it gets that, it jumps to the all results sheet, pasting the bet reference in there, and it pastes the bank ID in there, which is associated with that bet. And then if you're a user of Gruss and you understand how sheet 2 works, or whatever your temporary results sheet might be, what happens is when the bot joins the next race, or it does it at another point as well, what it'll eventually do is it'll check the sheet 2 criteria to see if what bet results have come through. Once it gets a bet result, it'll go to all results, and then it'll look for that bet reference ID on all results, and if it finds it, then it'll paste the results into all results, and that way the bank ID result can be the result can be associated with the bank ID. So each and every system results are recorded like for system. I hope you're getting the point that I'm trying to put across a bit stumbling for words at the moment. Okay. It looks like it's finished placing the bets on there. It's placing all the 5 bets. Right. Okay. I usually have a trigger F9 to close my bot down, but because F9 is also the same trigger for the Cam Studio recording software that I'm using, my trigger's been disabled, so I just close it down from that auto hit icon on my toolbar. Right, what I'm going to do now, because I'm going to be a bit more prepared for the next race, and I don't want to go and play again, I'm going to change that back to 4, and I need to make a key really for what this go to next race method is, but I think number 1 is if the race has been suspended, then go to the next race. Number 2 is if the race has been closed, then go to the next race. Number 3 is another choice of trigger, so yeah, this is why I need to write the key. And number 4, which is the one I use at the moment, is kind of a multi-trigger. What it does is it says if the race has been suspended for longer than 8 seconds, then go to the next race, or if any bets, if the condition group has been bet on, then go to the next race. And that way, I can go to the next race after I know all my bets have been put in, instead of waiting around in the same race. Once my bets are put in, might as well go to the next race. And the next race in this case is the 2:30, which starts in 4 minutes 50 seconds. Right, now we've got a little bit more time. I'm going to go over to my bets and see which the 2:30 races are next. Excuse me. Right, I've got 3 bets, 1 on a banker, 6 plus loser, and 1 on a running for profit. Let's go to my bottom of my all results. See, these are the 5 bets that have just been put on, and you can see that they are the banker numbers there, the bank IDs for them particular bets. and they're the bet references. Now, you see these results are not available at the moment. When that information comes through on sheet 2, my bot will pick that up and it'll paste the results in here. And now we have the bank ID here, and also the track name which I put in there. And then the banking page will then, when it reads its results based off this bank ID here. So I can look at on my bank page, say like NH, you know, say the system Pro NH A+. I can see that it's 10 points in level stakes. I've had a total of 11 bets. By my staking method, which is a bit funny, I've been starting off with £20, £25 with a bank barrier 28. So basically, when I start off my system, it's only bank barrier. It starts off in bank barrier basically, and then if it manages to make a profit, then I start betting 6% of my £25 stake. So it's worked out for some systems and it hasn't for others. You know, I'm still working on this because I'm programming as well, and you know, it's all a big trial and error method for me. I'm just testing, you know, I'm trying to find new ways of doing stuff. Right, so these 3 bets that are going to be going in: banker, 6+ loser, and running for profit. We can tell by here, system banker is £58 in profit, so it's £83 altogether. So that bet won't be bank barriered. 6+ loser and running for profit. Let's check them out. 6+ loser is £21. So you see it's just slightly undergraded, so that will be bank barriered. Running for profit is £24, so that will be bank barriered. So now we know that there will be 2 bank barriered bets, and there'll be the system banker bet, which is 4.5% of £83, which is approximately 5%. Say it's 5% of 100 would be a £5. It'd be just under that, I think. So I don't know. It's going to be around about a £4 bet anyway, £4.50 bet. So let's run this now. My bot begins scanning the market at 4 minutes before the off. These are in the config. These are the settings. We'll go over all of these. My bot begins scanning the market 5 minutes before the off, and then it'll actually start placing the bets at, I think it's 4 minutes before the off, 6:12. Yeah, 4 minutes before the off. So, and now we're like, you know, 1 minute 20 seconds before the off. So if I just run my bot now, you'll see how it works. The first thing it does is it reads all of the information on the config page, all the conditions and stuff. Then it goes over to custom bets, grabs all my custom bets. Then it goes over to system X. I'll show you that later. Over to banker, should do next, and then grabs all my banking, all my staking plans and stuff. Over to all results. Oh, and you see it's pasting in results here that were from sheet 2, but them results haven't come through yet. Now it's over to sheet 1. Now it's going to place them 3 bets. Oh right, yeah, it's just checking the all results again. You see I've got a time up here saying 44 seconds, 36 seconds before the off. That was the banker bet, because you see it's £3.77. Now it should be 2 bank barrier bets, one at 1p, because they were below my £28 bank barrier setting. And the second bank barrier bet, another 1p. And it always clears the bet, and then it puts in the bank ID and such. And that race is done now. Now you see it'll jump to the next race now. Just keep an eye on this up here. It's at 2:30 at the moment. There we go, we're on the 2:40 now. It clears all information, so it doesn't make any excessive bets, and you see the next race starts in 10 minutes. And now it'll basically just continue to do this, continue to keep going for every market, placing the bets that's required according to the bank ID and other statistics as well. I mean, and this is just a custom bets trigger as well. And you see it's counting down for the next race. This number in brackets here basically says that it'll start scanning the market when it